Hello, everybody. Welcome to State of Scrims. This is an episode, don't know which number, and guest is Noam, not Mason. Very
Hello.
surprising. Also, not Taxi or Jonah, who it also could have been, but must be an alternate universe where that's happening. We had a very crazy week. Nutbusters was actually in every single game that was played, so that's kind of cool. They won both. No surprise there. 8-0 going into the end of the season. But what is surprising, they don't have first place locked yet. Isn't that crazy?
That is pretty crazy.
Only other team that can still do it is Spectres, as they've only lost 2 games, and Nutbusters can only lose 2 games. So
I
all
didn't know
Nutbusters,
Metabusters changed their name to Spectres.
real. Surely you've only lost 2 games. Uh,
Really not.
but yeah, so all that needs to happen for Nutbusters to actually lock first is they need to win a single another series, or Spectres needs to lose one. Doesn't really matter which. Did you watch both the games by any chance? No.
I was watching your guys' game against the Nutbusters while doing homework,
Okay.
and then I watched like the first 10 minutes of the last game against Andromeda.
Okay. That checks out. We'll talk mostly about my series because I played it and then casted it.
Yep.
So, I might have some sort of expertise on it. I'm going to see if I can pull up the VOD on Twitch to kind of go over it. I felt like it was a pretty decent series. There are definitely a few things that we could have done better. Felt like we drafted decently in all 3 games. I feel like we struggled a little bit just because we kind of threw some early fights in game 3 and game 1. And we happened to just win game 2 purely because we didn't int. I finally
That
got to
always
play
helps.
Zeri, which was kind of cool. I'm just going to pull up the... Oh, spoilers. Chrome. It is going for the wrong Chrome tab, actually. Here we go. Okay, so this is the draft from the last game. I think the Malzahar Silas is the talked about point here. I think, tried to stop the New York Nutbusters Zoe. Taxi seems to just be too good on the pick. I think it
Yeah.
was thought for a while that maybe he's not just going to blind pick it because there's counters to it and it's hard to play it. But we cast it and he goes, "Oh, it was game 3, so I'm just going to play Zoe and win," which he did. So I think that's pretty scary for the teams that are left to play them. I believe it is the Mass Valorant Pirates and Spectres still. I think, right?
Yeah. I think it's
Sounds
for
right.
sure Spectres, and I think it's all, yeah, MVP sounds right.
Yeah, so both us and Andromeda were able to take a game off of them. I think my big takeaways from our series is that they just tend to not make too many mistakes, and they have very good drafting when it comes to creating like early game comps that just win early skirmishes and then snowball the game out of your control. So they punish mistakes very well, also, which is kind of scary. Not making mistakes and punishing you when you make them are kind of like the two elements that you need to win games. I don't know what happened to Noam. He disappeared and then came back. Can you still hear me? Bro is gone. Hold on. He said he died. Okay. Okay, he's getting RTC connecting. Let's see what we can do here. Kind of scuffed. I apologize for this. Okay, hello? Okay. No, Noam. Well, I'm gonna keep going. Like this is working. And it may work eventually. it really wants me to start Discord activities, which I'm not going to do. Okay. Well, hopefully you should be back at some point. We'll try and get this figured out. But yeah, New York Nutbusters kind of did the same thing that they did against us, against Andromeda. Their first game was a little bit more scuffed. I would say I don't think against any of our drafts they did anything too sketch. I feel like they were playing mostly consistently. Into Andromeda, they were playing into a Belveth, and they kind of fumbled that a little bit, and they were definitely struggling with the Zyrakan engage. It felt like they kind of just disrespected that potential there. No, I'm not sure if I can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My Discord just.
Yeah, it happens. Not a huge deal. I don't know if you
Wouldn't
call.
be State of Scrims without some technical issues.
I feel like State of Scrims has actually been doing fine, but it wouldn't be a
It has.
Scrims Twitch stream without technical issues. I'll
That's
give you
yeah.
that one. But yeah, I think New York Nutbusters' like only major fumble this weekend was in their first game versus Andromeda, in my opinion. They gave over both the Belveth to Cam as well as the Zyrakan to Adam and Dave, and it felt like they had prepared counters for both of them, and they just didn't do what they needed to do. And Taxi surprisingly had a game where he didn't look super solid on the Talia. I think Stanley's Victor is just really oppressive and it's hard to deal with, but the Varisheimer started off really strong. It just didn't have like the lasting potential in the game that it felt like they needed. And then the Rammus top pick, I think, handled the Belveth decently well. Cam played out of his mind. Blast cones were like his best friend in that game, so he was able to get out a lot. But ultimately, I think it came down to the fact that Blake just wasn't able to get a big enough lead versus Alana in lane to make the Rammus worth it. As the series went on, he had a absolutely like abomination game. In game two, completely slammed the lane with the Garen Sejuani matchup, and then did similarly well, but not to the same degree in the third game. A lot of that was due to Cam just pressuring the top lane and not letting Blake get ahead. But I think what a lot of people were predicting was that New York Nutbusters would be the team that can really punish this Andromeda team by just having Blake play something that slams Alana and then is able to kind of carry on the game. You said you watched part of the third game, right?
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
you?
see the disconnect.
Gotcha. It like,
Stop watching for that.
yeah, I'll see if I can pull it up on screen. It wasn't super obvious. I like
Okay.
honestly thought it was just like an ASOL alt effect.
Huh.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it pulled up. Yeah, so the last team fights here. I'll just have it playing on in the background. You can go watch the stream yourself if you want to see it.
Yep, I have it
But yeah,
open.
no, Rel hit a crazy engage and then followed up by ASOL, which is what they did basically all game. They played super out of their mind. And yeah, there's like a little bit of rubber banding and things just kind of snapped. It looks like two people died on both sides of the game, but honestly, at this point, New York Nutbusters is up a full Ocean Soul and 6,000 gold. It was basically just over. I'm not
Yeah, it
sure
seems like it's kind of
what
a
more
matter
could
of
have
time.
happened. Yeah. I mean, Blake
Um,
was insanely fed this game, and Mike was playing out of his mind. But yeah, I mean, I think I gave MVP to PB this game, but the combination of like the Rel and ASOL I haven't seen before. So getting to see that was super cool. PB is just so good on Rel. I think he's 8-0 on the pick now, which is like
yeah,
ludicrous.
I
But
think Realm might be something teams need to consider banning against them.
yeah, I mean, they didn't even pull it out against us. They were like considering it, but it might just be something they want to pocket for these like bigger matchups. But either way, that series was super cool. The angles that New York Nutbusters had were pretty cool. And I do feel like, although Adam and Dave have been playing super well together, I think once you get him off of that like Zaya Rakan bot lane, I feel like Adam struggles a little bit. I think he's just not as used to the role, and Zaya Rakan is a pretty strong composition.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think New York Nutbusters is just very good. I think a lot of people were expecting it to just be like, wow, they figure out what they're doing earlier and just are able to ride that throughout the rest of the season, or I guess the beginning of the season. But it seems like they actually have more substance to them,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
I think is cool. I think like 3 other players just hit Diamond for the first time this season or something. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. The one I'm not
I
sure
know
is Taxi,
Taxi
but
has, and I know Blake has.
okay. Well, PB has
PB is saying
also,
two.
so yeah. So that's 3, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, PB is saying Taxi is not Diamond yet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Low elo in parentheses, true.
Unfortunate. But yeah, I think those two hitting Diamond is kind of cool. I don't know. Team scary. I wonder if people are going to be able to figure them out in playoffs. I think it's possible that there could be an angle, but like we tried our best. I think we need to fix like a lot of team problems before we're able to play into them. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say that our team matches up pretty evenly into them. I think if
I
in
th-
our first game we picked red side instead of picking blue side like morons, I think red side is literally 100% win rate when our two teams play each other. But is what it is.
Red side has been really strong for a bit now, I think. I do think, just looking at your games, like on the side, not paying too much attention, it seems like you kind of have like MetaBusters comms, where you're a little bit disconnected on like what you
Yeah.
want to do. You got a taste of MetaBusters comms, I think, last week, so you know how
Oh my god. Yeah.
interesting they are.
That was such a fun game of norms.
It was flex,
Flex.
yeah.
Like I had a
But
great
yeah,
time.
I think your team definitely has the like the pedigree, for lack of a better word, and the individual skill to stand up to them. I just think it's more of a like comp disconnect.
Yeah. I don't know. From my perspective, it felt like the second game, the one that we won, is the game where everything went right. But in the first and third game, I think the first game we kind of fell apart in draft, didn't think about what we needed to. We didn't build enough damage, and then through a team fight mid, fell apart in that dragon fight, and then a similar thing happened in game 3 where we kind of knew what we needed to do, but just didn't end up actually following through on that. So I don't know if it's like a focus thing, because I feel like our late game comms are not like terrible. It's just feels like sometimes we just stop paying attention, which is something that maybe could be fixed with like the pressure of playoffs because we're like more motivated to stay focused. But I don't know. I think we can use this to kind of transition into our team's potential path to playoffs, as well as
Holy sheet time!
all the other ones. Yeah,
I
we
love
love
holy.
the foldy sheet here for sure. Um, I guess yeah. I'm trying to think about the most exciting order to do this is, and I can't think of it. But Nutbusters is super easy. They are going to be first or tied for first. They don't have any other options. If they're tied for first, they're tied for first with Spectres, and Spectres would need to also 2-0 them to not just lose the head-to-head tiebreaker. And if that
Right.
does happen, then it goes down to like game differential, which Nutbusters has been dropping a few so far, but Spectres is only up 2. And I actually haven't updated this fully. This part is still manual, which is like a bit cringe. My bad. But yeah, so Nutbusters is plus 11. Inspectors is plus 2. So I think over the course of what, 4 series? Oh, they can't
Yeah.
even do it. Or oh, because
No, they can't.
Nutbusters would have to lose their next 2 anyway. So it's doable.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right,
Yeah,
I
so
wasn't thinking about that. I was like, Nutbusters is not going to gain losses, but they in this scenario they would. So I think that is kind of
Busters
interesting,
with that
yet
crispy minus
unlikely.
12.
Well, I'm hoping that'll go a bit more towards 0.
Oh,
We'll
trust
go
me,
to
me
you
too.
next. So you have 256 possibilities. 240 of them are straight 6th place, but the dream is still alive, We have 16 possibilities where you can tie for fifth.
I thought the dream was no wins, so we could make history.
That might be your dream.
No.
I'd like you to win games.
Yeah, we definitely want to pick up 2 or 3 more
Yeah,
series. Sorry, 2 or 3 wins in general.
yeah. I mean, are you 0-8 or 0-7?
We are 0-7.
Okay, so you could pick up three more series. That would
Yeah.
be good. But who knows? I think for Andromeda, it's a lot more straightforward. Yeah, they have actually very few possibilities of getting straight fifth or tying. So I think they're like the most boring because they don't have a shot at getting first. And they don't really have a shot of not qualifying unless things go like disastrously wrong. I'm not sure what those scenarios look like, but I maybe think it's worth not discussing them for a week, and we'll just see if they become any more likely. Spectres is in a pretty comfortable spot here. The most likely scenario for them, the majority of them are they're just going to end up in second, clean, no ties, and then large chance of them tying for second, and then most of their other possibilities are tying for like third or fourth. So it is
Yep.
still possible for them to miss playoffs, and with so many series left, it's also difficult to talk about it because so many different things could happen. Most of these teams are sitting on about 2 series left or three. The Spectres is on 4, so there's a lot that could go wrong or go right for them. I think we shared some thoughts last week on what we think the angle to go right or go wrong would be between Rex and Hong as the two players, I think. But so I don't know if it's worth going over that again. But the very interesting race that I know a lot about because I'm involved in it is MVP versus Rift Sharks. So MVP has 3 games remaining, or 3 series remaining. Rift Sharks has 2 series remaining. If MVP wins their game versus Rift Sharks, I'm pretty sure they just qualify and Rift Sharks doesn't.
Okay.
I don't know if this is like a sweeping truth, but it's like pretty much that's how it's going to work.
Check on BP's
It,
record.
yeah, because then we'd be 4-6 and they would be. It's either
They
they. It's
are
either
three.
we're out or it's down to a tie, I think, are the
Yeah.
2 possibilities. A tie that we might win because of game differential, because we're sitting on -1 and they're -3. But basically, we need to win the game. However, if we win, Rift Sharks beats MVP, but MVP beats both the Busters teams, then we also need to beat Spectres.
I see.
But if they beat 1 or 0 Busters teams, we only need to beat them. So that's the fun thing. If you're trying to count games and figure anything out, everything else is so horribly convoluted that it's kind of not worth following yet because there's still like 8 series left, right?
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to count series and figure them out, Rift Sharks versus MVP is going to be huge, and just the rest of MVP and Rift Sharks games are going to be kind of important. It really depends on if they drop games. If MVP drops a single series besides the Rift Shark one, then it really just boils down to the Rift Sharks versus MVP series. If we manage to upset Spectres, that would be dope, and it would make things a lot more interesting. But I feel like people have assumed that we're not going to do it.
But also means Spectres can't tie for first anymore. So
True. Yeah, so I don't know. The Nutbusters Spectres narrative battle for first is kind of interesting, and then I feel like the MVP Rift Sharks battle for fourth is also kind of interesting. If we get one of these crazy edge cases where something really weird happens and these teams shuffle around, that will be super hype, and I'll make sure to explain how everything's happening in real time as it happens. I'm not going to wait till podcast if something exciting goes on, and one of these miracle runs looks like it might happen. But yeah. I think our expected ties is still we're expecting at least a tie, if not a 3-way tie, to happen. This could also be a tie that doesn't matter,
yeah.
but is what it is. I don't know. Each team's best path to success is winning games. Just for Nutbusters, they don't need to win that many. I think that's it. I think that's the moral of it. I think Rift Sharks versus MVP is going to be, if things play out how we expect, that's going to be the series to watch. So I think it's still an unclaimed cast. So if anyone wants to do the honors of streaming that one, make sure to claim it in the casting channel if you have access to that one.
I might finally get around
But
to setting OBS just so I can cast that one.
that would be cool. I would be honored to have you cast our game, Noah. But yeah, I think that's the exciting slash boring stuff. Matches for this week, we can do quick predicts on each of them. I don't know. Let's do like 2-3 minutes for each, and then we can get into the only reason people are actually tuning in this week, baked or based. I honestly thought that was a season 3 segment or like a season 4 segment. I didn't realize it was a season 2 segment. It
Oh
takes me
wow.
back. But yeah, okay. First matchup that may or may not be happening this week is Metabusters versus Andromeda.
Should I go first?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm kind of biased.
You'll have the plain take.
Okay, easy 2-0 for Metabusters.
Real.
Yep. I think history shows we're a competitive team, and
True.
just based on
I
our last
mean,
series, we should be a pretty easy 2-0.
history also shows that like teams that Psycho Carrot is on like perform for sure. I think. I don't know. We have to go way way back for this one. 2-3. That's a great record.
True. Better than ours.
Yeah, that's true. So this means that Psycho Carrot will measurably improve your team.
Yeah, he's lifting our
Okay.
floor.
Okay. Strike one actually beat Airwick, which is the team that won that season, right? So that means that teams that Psycho Carrot is on are better than teams that win championships. This this is
Yeah,
flawless
confirmed.
logic. Yeah, like, I don't know who can debate me on this one. It just makes sense. Surely it didn't collapse halfway through the season. That definitely didn't
Really
happen.
not.
For those of you who didn't experience season one, it was a bit interesting.
I've
We
heard.
had 6 teams and 4 of them qualified for the bracket. However, if you look a bit below the surface, it's because only 4 teams existed at the end of the season. We've come a long way. But yeah, no, I think it'll be an interesting series. I think there's a lot of roster moves that can be done with both teams, which I think
Yep,
makes it really hard to predict.
I agree.
Just because like I didn't even know Vernon subbing in was an option that was on the table, but we saw
I
him
had no
play
idea.
in that last series. I honestly, I talked to Stanley about this. Was not expecting the answer, but I was hyped for him to like come back after he lost to Midvi and just you know get the mental recovery, hit him with the Zillion or Victor early, and just slam him. And he's like, "Nah, I'm washed. Come on, Stanley. You are better than this. You can put the Sigma grind set on. What'd you say in Gen Chat last night? You're gonna play some Genshin and then you'll be OP for sure."
Yeah, barrel strat.
I don't know. I believe in Stanley. If anyone can make my gassing up reach him, please do. This man is insane. My only gripe is that he's also a captain, so he can't be on the same team. But
Yeah,
not much I can do about that. But
yeah.
I don't
If I
know.
if I gave a serious answer, I think it's gonna be a 2-1 either
I
way. I mean, obviously, I would prefer for it to go our way, but
right.
um, yeah, we'll at least take one game. I can promise everyone that.
Okay. In this series or for the rest of the season?
I would, both, I
Both.
think.
Okay. Hype, hype, hype. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna predict 2 on Andromeda. I think they'll be able to pull it out. I expect them to probably drop a game. Just ego something somewhere. I think there's enough good players on your team. Not sure which roster you're running, but I
Hopefully,
think whatever you pull out, you'll have some tricks up your sleeve, and I think we should see a good showing here. I'm I'm in the I want Metabusters to win games boat. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. For somewhat selfish reasons, I want you guys to beat MVP.
I can't imagine
But
why.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't matter if you beat them or Nutbusters beat them. But as long as one of you
Right.
do, I'm happy. But next one is Spectres versus Rift Sharks. This one I'm gonna have the biased answer on. I
Right.
think we're gonna, I think we're gonna win. I'll say 2-1 because it was 2-1 last time.
Sure.
But once again, we do not have side select, so yeesh. But
That is a
we'll
little
see how that
rough.
goes.
Do you
Um,
have any ideas about rosters at all?
what we'll play?
Yeah,
It depends on what day. Um,
that's fair.
I feel like
I'm
you
gonna
can expect to see
say
me and Jonah in the positions you'd expect to see me and Jonah in. I
okay.
think we'll probably have Thomas or Healy. And if we have
Tom.
Healy, we
Oh,
basically have to run Joel and Eric.
right,
Um,
makes sense.
or actually, we can do the lineup that we did recently, where we did Michael top and then me and Healy and Joel. That one was really fun too.
That does sound
Uh,
fun. Yeah.
but
Um,
I don't know.
I don't know why I asked when my answer was entirely dependent on Spectre's roster. I think if Teddy plays, it's a 2-1 for them. If Rex plays, it's a 2-1 for you guys.
Okay,
That's
yeah, I'm
my
gonna
opinion.
actually I'm gonna hype it up. If Teddy plays, it's a 2-1 for us. Or that's a less controversial answer. If Teddy plays, it's a 2-1 for them. If Rex plays, it's a 2-0 for us.
Okay.
Throwing down the gauntlet. See what I'm saying? I'm hoping this will do is that they'll put Rex in and ego into us, and then we can just win. Surely, surely that's how this works.
We
Surely
reverse
I'm not
psychology,
sparking
Spectres.
controversy.
No way we're flaming Rex on podcast. I'm not flaming Rex on podcast. I'm flaming Rex's jungle on podcast.
I am not gonna say what I'm doing on podcast. Who is even saying this?
That was Anne. And
Where?
just said that's fair in Discord.
Oh, okay, okay.
Rex flames
The the
Rex's
the
jungle.
one
Yeah, he should.
the one time I read podcasts, or the one time I read Twitch chat, and I'm just leaking it on. Okay, I'm doing a lot of things wrong here. I am like very poorly managing my screens, I guess. Whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think that'll be a fun series. I think the fact that it kind of doesn't matter who wins for us means that we can play a little looser, which will either result in good things happening or bad things happening. I mean, obviously, we're going to take it seriously and try and get the win, because if we get the win, that basically secures us at least a tie for MVP. Unless, or with MVP, unless they like just win everything, then we're fucked. But whatever. Last one is going to be MVP versus New York Nutbusters. I think this one's going to be a 2-0.
I agree.
I think New York Nutbusters is going to win. I think.
Just to spice it up, I'll say 2-1 New York Nutbusters, and I'm gonna say Heroic or Aya or Valor if Valor plays for once. They have like some pop off game and they hard carry, but
I
I
thought
think
Valor carried one of the games into Spectres. No,
he hasn't played recently,
I
as
thought
far
he
as I know.
I thought he did.
Uh, their last series it was Steve Jungle and Valor did not play.
Hold on, we're going into the
He's
deep
checking the
dive. Okay, they've
receipts.
played against that one was the series, but this one was the series I'm talking about. Valor played pretty well.
Yeah, when Valor plays, they play well.
Yeah.
When Valor doesn't play,
Okay.
it doesn't work. I don't know.
All I'm gonna say is Valor played in this series.
Yeah, don't put Valor mid. What can I say? Washed. Put him in jungle. Better roll.
True. The Silicats did so terribly with Valor mid lane. For
That's a
sure.
whole season ago. In that season, me and Silico had
Oh,
very
true.
positive
And
win
Cam
rates.
wasn't playing jungle either, so
There you go.
yeah. But yeah, no, I think that one will be pretty fun to watch regardless. I'm a New York Nutbusters believer. I just don't know how they stop Blake. Blake has been playing
Yeah,
out of
I
his
don't know.
mind. We could stop Blake when we baited him into picking one very particular champion that we knew what to do with, and lost the other two games. So
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
maybe you bait him into picking Ivern, and then you just try to shut down Mike instead of
True.
playing against Blake.
Or the option is MVP as side select. They pick red side, and Blake only gets counter pick one game.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I predicted a 2-0 anyway, so clearly I don't think it matters what side they're on.
No, I don't think it
But
does.
oh well.
But I want MVP to have a good series because I want us beating them to have that much more impact.
True. So you want them to beat New York Nutbusters. So the Silico Valor rivalry story will reach
Yes.
its peak as you allow Rip Sharks
And then if we
to
beat
get back in the game.
MVP and MVP beat Nutbusters by the whatever math rule, I don't care.
Oh, true.
We
Circle of
are better
suck.
than New York
We
Nutbusters,
can
so we're
complete circle
first,
of
right?
suck. You're right. Oh my god. Wait, you're so smart. I didn't even think of that. Um, shit. Well, if they're happening in the order that they're scheduled to happen in, um, it would be crazy if we lose to Spectres, MVP beats Nutbusters, and then we beat MVP. So you literally have to beat them for us to qualify or not. That would go hard. That would be like the hugest dub for Silico of all time.
True. Silico
Not
holds the fate
only
of so many teams in his hand.
not only knocking Valor out of the series, knocking him out of the like season. That would go hard.
Silico would be playing Teemo in like every single game.
True. Like your team would just be five Teemos. Silico
True.
is just like sitting here with like five laptops around him
He's gonna
playing
he's
all
gonna
of them.
force me to play Crit Zinja while he locks in the Oriana mid.
True. Meta abusing at this point.
For real.
True. All right. Well, I think it is now time to kick it to the world-renowned Scrim segment. You know it. You love it. This is Baked or Based. And I have it
Let's
scrolled the wrong
go.
way. God damn it. Okay. I don't know what the best way to do this is. I think
You should probably start by changing Foldy sheet time to baked or based.
real. Thank you.
Got you. I'll do what Mason doesn't.
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
No, help you podcast better
Okay.
instead of flopping over like this.
Dude, Mason's got the room timer sound. You actually don't
True.
understand. What he's doing on the screen is he's just jungle pathing with his head. He's that smart.
Makes sense. He's just practicing while he's casting. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's actually laving the jungle clear now. So when he does come back on the podcast, his like clear time's going to be insane. Like
It's a skill issue, I guess.
right, you know the like the TV bouncing.
The screensaver?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god.
All right. Holy shit. Okay, we have 34 responses.
Let's go.
These are from 2 years ago. But I think this one's valid. Okay. So a big patch with lots of changes is better than small patch with only a few.
Is that a hot take?
Well, is it baked, based, or so stupid it's going the chem fog? No, we have three options.
I mean, I think that's just like obviously true. So that's a chem fog pile.
Okay. What if I expand on what I think this take means? Big take with controversial changes is better with a small patch that doesn't do anything. Because I'm
Yes,
assuming,
that is
based on the timeline, we're talking about like MSI and Worlds patches where they just add like 8 champions to the jungle.
Yes, I love those. Those are my favorite.
That was base patch.
That's based. That's
Okay.
based.
We will just edit this down to big patch, greater than small patch. Okay, good take. Whoever submitted this 2 years ago, if you even remember submitting this, good on you. I support you. All right, delete. Boom. Bomba. Okay.
Bomba.
Wait, can I just copy paste these? Is that the best way to do this?
I feel like you probably could.
Okay, I'm gonna change my font. Can I just go normal sans serif? Yeah. Okay. Top lane is the most boring role. I don't care. Stressed face island head ass. That it's got to be based, right?
No, yeah, that's for sure based.
Oh my god, that's
I
awesome.
think you just leave it with the frowny face island head ass.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was just gonna scale it down and toss it over here.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah, that works
small
too.
enough. I'm just gonna decrease my font size. Again, whoever submitted that one's a banger.
He said, "The fuck is this Blake take?" You're not wrong.
I don't think so.
Blake played into a tank.
I would guess this is probably Cam, if I had to assume.
That does seem like a cam sentence.
I don't know, the island head ass is so good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I thought it was true back then because maybe the meta was spicier, but this is tank meta, so of course All right. Ooh, okay. We finally gotten into this year's takes. If Meta Busters were trying to win, I assume playing meta from the beginning, they'd be top 3. This has got to be Teddy, is my guess.
This does feel like a Teddy take. I don't know how right it is, but I want to say it's base, but I'm biased, so I think you should take this one.
I kind of want to throw into the bake department
It is a
because
little bit baked.
you've been playing meta for like the past 3 or 4 series and still haven't won
Yeah.
any. So I think fourth clutching playoffs doable maybe.
Yeah.
Top 3 I think is a little. Let's go into
I
the
think
big
there's
tab.
a fundamental problem with the Meta Busters roster that I
Not
will
winning
talk about at
games.
the end of the season. I mean, that's a problem with every roster if you don't
That's
win
true.
games.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Um, not doing that one.
PB says, wait, real take, if they built momentum,
What?
they win lots. I don't know how true that is. I thought that at some point in the season, but
Uh,
are
I'm
you
gonna
okay, Deanster?
I'm holding this take until Mason's on here. I think it was designed to do
Okay.
that. I also think it's missing a word. I'm really struggling to understand it. Um, okay, they just said bet. That's getting fucking chem fogged. I'm sorry. You can't just say bet and expect it to mean something. Goodbye. Uh,
Sure.
ooh. Okay, this is a spicy one. Okay, Teemo is the most fun Yordle to play, yet the most useless. Is this even visible on stream, by the way? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
way better than I
I can
thought.
see it. Yeah.
Okay, the stuff on the side actually is a little too far off, though. Okay,
On your
most fun
play.
Yordle to play. Okay,
I agree with the
as
useless part.
I do too. Wait, are we
I'm a
forgetting a
Corki
Yordle
enjoyer.
though? Is Kled worse than Teemo?
No, Kled has
No,
a purpose. He's also really good right now in Pro.
that's true. I don't know if really good, but he's been played in pro play more recently.
He's had some pretty
Okay,
decent.
wait. Here's my chance to show my bias. I got the Viper jersey on. Viper,
Uh-huh.
huge Teemo ADC enjoyer. Um,
I
okay,
think Teemo support is better than Teemo top.
season
That's my
it was
hot take.
season 8 or season 9. It was like Ezreal meta, right? So they just draft like Ezreal. I don't know if it was Ezreal Enchanter or Ezreal Tank, but regardless, what you do is you just pick Teemo and you just eliminate Ezreal from the game. You just auto him to death and he just burned down. It was sick.
That makes sense.
But no, I agree. He's fucking useless. I think this is a base
I
take.
think this is. I don't know if it's baked, but I think Teemo is not the most fun Yordle to play. I'm sorry,
Well, this
Silico.
is the Viper bias.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fair.
okay. Sorry. Sorry, Silico. Unfortunate.
I also don't think this is Silico because Silico wouldn't say Teemo is useless.
Fair point. Okay, I think I would say this is the Basin take, but I don't know if I don't know if he was awake when we were submitting this. Spectres is getting carried by their coach. That's fucking baked. Get that shit out of here. That's so funny. Think Spectres is getting carried by the fact that Starburst is piss smurfing on everyone, and Hong is a insane support player.
I agree.
Okay. Oh wait, did I forget? Okay. Belveth. Okay. Interesting. Belveth shouldn't be able to spawn minions after absorbing Rift or Baron, too broken for her already broken kit. I actually disagree. I think Champion fucking blows cheeks if she can't do that.
I agree. I think if you nerf her minions a little bit and allow her to spawn it after picking up drag, then it's good. But I also see like flavor fail why you wouldn't do that.
I'm with you on that one. I think take bait.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Next one. Anivia should have a passive when hatching from her egg Since she is a newborn, her base stats should be lowered for a certain amount of time.
That's based as fuck. That's so based.
That's awesome. I fucking love that one. I think her champion size should also be fucking tiny.
True.
Say like little
But don't
bird.
change her hitbox. Still make her hitbox normal.
That's awesome. Nope, that's a horny take.
Can't have those.
Oh, okay. Okay, there's two back to back. Ari and Jace are the two picks. I'm not. That's not getting. This is a shitty take. Wind Dragon Soul is very underrated. That's baked because everyone knows it's the best soul. Or not best, but like
I don't know
top
if
three.
best, but better than a lot of
Right.
them.
I think it's good. I don't think it's underrated though, because I think people know it's good.
Yeah. I think people don't like Cloud Souls, or not Cloud Soul. They don't like Cloud Drake stats on their own, but I think the Soul is disgustingly good.
Well, I think people hated Cloud Soul last season, but once they changed it, I think people are on board with it. And I do think it was legitimately bad last season too. I think anyone who still has Cloud Soul hate just doesn't read patch notes.
I don't do
doesn't
that anyway. So.
doesn't know it's different from last year. But you know it changed, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Ooh. This one. Okay, I'm too much of a zoomer for this one. I don't get it. Please get rid of elemental dragons. The game was better beforehand.
I didn't. I started on like season 10. So
League Dragon season 5. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out what the fuck it does. Dragon. First stack is total attack damage and ability power 8%. Two stacks is 15% damage to minions and monsters. Three stacks is plus 5% movement speed, and then four stacks was plus 50% damage to turrets and buildings. So it's like Infernal Dragon for minions, Cloud Drake, Mountain Drake, and then Aspect of the Dragon, 5 stacks repeatable, which is just Elder. Doubles all of their bonuses in your attack, burn enemies for 152 damage over 5 seconds, lasts 180 seconds.
I think this is baked. I think Elemental Drag is really cool. I think drags themselves are a little too strong.
Well, the trade-off here is it removes the RNG, right?
That's fair. I don't know. Like getting rid of Elemental Rifts is a big L. I think Elemental Rifts are like super cool. It also is
right,
RNG,
and the souls are cool, and the Rift is cool. I understand why having random things can like screw you over, because I feel like the last few like series of Pro that I've watched, it's been like, oh, they were gonna win, but then the souls sucked, so now it's like harder. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I think the better team should win regardless, and I don't think comps are like garbage. I think Chem Fog, right down there at the bottom, or I guess it's this way because streaming, but
yeah.
that one sucked because if you were playing into assassins, you then just lost the game. If anyone can pull up the like Scrims gold graph chart, that one was funny. It was like a game, we were up like 7k. You can see when the second drag was taken because the gold graph just goes it's like an immediate change.
Nice.
Okay. Bring back holiday rifts. Yes. This one's based.
I think that's Chem Fog because it's a take everyone has.
Oh, like it's so boring that it's not a.
Yeah, like it's a boring.
Fair.
I think just bring back rift changes in general is like a generally everyone has that take.
The arcade ones were good. I like those a lot.
I didn't get to experience any of them.
Milio, the new champion, is Gigabad unless paired with Kog'Maw.
I think that's just false.
I haven't played enough, but I think it's bad. I think he's really good with Jhin and Aphelios are the two that I've seen.
He's good
And
with
he's done
Caitlyn
pretty well.
too.
Yeah.
Just free lethal tempo stacks.
Sorry. Baked. Got him.
Yeah.
Anyone with lethal tempo can use him or something. I don't know. I think maybe we'll see another Milio take. I don't want to say too much.
No spoilers.
100 Thieves losing already in LCS makes my heart break. Hashtag bring back someday. Okay, see, I predicted that 100 Thieves was going to end up 6th. So the fact that they tied for 5th, 6th in playoffs makes me happy. But I like Closer, and I think it was really cool to see Doublelift and Bjergsen, or Doublelift play really well after retirement. And I guess my bias here is that I'm going to spring finals, so if I got to see Doublelift play in person, that would make like high school me so happy. So I gotta say this one's based.
I don't pay attention to LCS, so I'll follow your lead on this one.
Okay. Maybe we'll see an LEC take.
That would be spicy. Wish I submitted one now. I tried to keep it focused on the server.
This one's so shit. If you get reported 3 times in solo queue, you should get banned from the game permanently.
That's just fog. That's fog.
Oh my lord. Oh my god. Dude, no one could ever like you could just never climb.
You could never have an account. It would just be burned
Right.
instantly.
Because everyone would just report everyone every game.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Holy shit. Well, this one is Mason bait, so in his honor, Udyr is such a bad champion, extremely base take.
Based.
We love Mason here. Can't put anything else there. I don't know who put this. Alright, no, this one's all you.
Okay.
Dean looks like Joe Burrow from NFL. I want to see him puff a cigar.
I need to look up this person.
I'm gonna pull him up.
That's just wrong.
Will it not let me paste it? It's not letting me paste it. Oh wait. Oh. Here we go.
Yeah, that's just wrong. I don't know. Baked, I think. I think whoever had this take was on edibles or something.
See, now I'm like analyzing this.
I can see the eyes a little bit, but everything else just doesn't
I
match
think our
well.
eyes are actually different. Our eye spacing is very different, and we have
I mean
different color
the
eyes.
the bags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, we're just both white. That's
Yeah.
That's how deep
that's
this
the take.
goes.
I think if my hair was brown, I would also look like him.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Oh wait. These are separate takes actually. Dean looks like Joe Burrow from NFL. I want to see him puff a cigar. Do you want to see me smoke Noam?
Do I want to see you smoke?
I don't know. Do you think this is a good take?
I think that's a chemfog take.
Okay. Dude, wait till you see me hit the fucking Chemfog pack, bro. It's over. Oh
I
my
think
God.
if I did see you smoke, I would prefer for it to be a cigar, but I also think like that's just a really dumb take.
I mean, I think I would prefer to smoke a blunt over a cigar.
Oh,
What?
I'm sure you would.
I'm just not allowed to.
I just want to laugh at you with a cigar.
Oh my God. Okay. What time is it? Do we have... Oh, we have like another 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna read the full take, but not copy and paste all of it. Nocturne needs a rework. He is useless in the fact that he can only realistically kill one person, and he's unbelievably unfun to play against as you can't really escape him if he jumps on you.
Based.
Yeah, I agree. Playing its top lane Nocturne is like fucking giga cringe. I hate it. I'm so glad that that's not a thing that actual people play. I played it in like norms once, and oh my lord, never again. All
One
right,
of the
next
LEC
one.
casters is a huge lane Nocturne.
Ooh, MVP voting is filled with favoritism.
In scrims or in general?
I think in scrims is the take here.
I think that's based, but I also, I don't know. I think
Well,
maybe slightly.
can we do two for this? Can we do um player voting and then the same thing but for casters?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
because
that.
I think for players 100%,
Yeah,
because like including all scrims, it's actually a popularity contest. I think I have made very clear opinions, statistically backed every season. Tried my best to share them, and there have been insane slights. Like there are players who are not even close the best all scrims member, and they don't even get second.
yeah.
Casters, okay, I would be. I guess we're both biased on this one,
We're both
but
biased. Yeah.
I think that one's baked. At least in my head, I genuinely consider every option and try my best to avoid just giving it to people because they're good optically.
Me too.
But yeah,
Can't speak for taxi.
can't speak for Mason. Actually, wait. Masons are 100% biased.
Mason should be another category.
Wait. Here, we could
If
do
they play
this and
Udyr, they
then
insta get MVP even if they lost.
this. There we go. Okay, that's funny. This one is a very base take. Enchanters do take skill to play, and they're only hated because of their primarily female player base.
The conversation around this in general chat was so giga tilting, but
Which
yes,
one?
this
There's
is
like
this
five
is
of them.
based. Okay, the last one that I remember. But yes,
Yeah.
this is based.
I mean, yes, enchanters are actually difficult to play. Yumi used to be difficult to play. Reworked Yumi is fucking easy as balls, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't know. What's the easiest enchanters? Harder than Nautilus,
Um,
for sure.
yeah.
I don't know.
I yeah, I don't know either.
Morgana, maybe? Do you
I
count
don't
Morgana
even
as an
count Morgana
enchantress?
as an
Okay.
enchantress. Probably Nami if we're not talking
Interesting.
about Yumi. I think okay.
Nami, I
I
think,
think
is a good take, actually.
there's two things that you need to consider here, right? You need to consider
Yeah.
skill floor and skill ceiling. I think a good Nami is really hard. I think if you just play Nami like first time, it'll be better than the majority of enchanters, just
Yeah. I
because
think Nami is
or
probably
it's
skill
easy.
floor. Or if you count Seraphine. But there are
Fair. Yeah.
all the like engaged like fucking Pantheon
Also,
support is like brain dead. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
with Sona you can just face roll on the keyboard and it works. So that's
But
another
you're
one that
no Sona's hard his positioning. Nami
Sona with
Nami
good
Nami you can
Sona
play
is
like a
hard.
moron
That's true.
and like kind of get away with it because you have so much CC. Sona is like definitely harder. Unless you mean like harder to understand how their kit works, then Sona's probably the easiest. But like to actually perform, you need to be pretty good at
I
the game.
think Sona's skill floor is higher than Nami's skill floor, just because you can just follow your ADC around and just press QW occasionally, and it'll perform fine. But if you want to play Sona at like the highest level that you can with Sona, then she's actually harder than Nami.
That's fair. All right. On this one, some teams are swapping around roles too much, and some are not swapping them enough. Let's run through the teams. I think this is crazy. New York Nutbusters, I think, is swapping the roles exactly as much as they need to,
Yeah,
because they are very set in their ways. Andromeda, I think, is swapping them too much. I
I agree.
think Alana should have stayed top all season. I don't know why we're experimenting with this. I think even Adam's support just looked better for them because I think Alana is just a weak side wall and it makes it so easy to play for their team.
Weak side queen.
Spectres is swapping too much.
I agree.
Metabusters is swapping the right amount, but only because of your brand. I think for winning, you probably should have figured
We
out
are
what you're
not
doing
swapping
sooner.
correctly, I think.
Yes. We swap too much, I think, but only because of the first. Like, if you remove the first series, then maybe we're fine. Because I think
Yeah.
part of why our team works is because we have flexibility. But putting me in the jungle was just stupid.
Yep. I do
I was a
think
little.
you could
I
be
was
swapping
baked for that.
around a little bit. I'm gonna come clean. This is my take. I submitted this.
Oh, hype, hype, hype.
Yeah.
Wait, which teams did you have in mind for both? Actually, I want to hear this.
So actually, I think Andromeda in certain series does not swap enough, and I think overall they
Ooh,
swap too much. But I think
okay,
against certain teams they should be swapping more.
interesting. I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
I also just wanted to have both sides so that people wouldn't like if Mason was casting, he wouldn't be able to be like, oh, this is Noam because he likes swapping roles a lot.
Gotcha.
But
I
yeah,
think it's a good take.
I
I'm just
can't
going to.
comment.
Right.
So
I mean, I think you're right. You can agree with yourself that you're right.
let's go pat on the back.
I don't like how this one is so big. Big patch is small patch.
Just do swapping roles. That's all you need to do. Oh,
Oh
you're talking
no.
about the font size. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Here, I will simply do this. Okay. Um. Alright, we have about 4 minutes left. I don't know how many
Yep.
more we're gonna get through. Holy shit! This is just the entire lyrics of, um, "I'm Only Human," whatever that fucking song is called. That's a chem fog. But I'm
Yep.
not putting it there.
I agree.
Nope, we're not talking. The ADCs in the server need to learn Draven. I swear to God, this is the best ADC on the patch, and no one will play him. I don't get it.
Okay, Rex.
No,
I
I
don't think
don't.
that's Rex
I
actually.
also don't think
You
this
wouldn't
is
say it's the
Rex.
best ADC in the patch.
I think anyone who plays ADC is going to know that this is not the take. Draven is
Yeah.
really good in solo queue, and he has boosted stats because people fucking tilt off their minds in solo queue. And in
Yep.
organized game, you simply pick Draven, and the entire team shoves their like jungler up your, you know. I think it's a bad take.
Agreed.
Thoughts? Okay. I'm getting DMs. Hopefully they're not important. There's only 3 minutes left. Um. Yo, wait. Okay, this take is so sick. I'm not gonna comment on it because I'm so biased. But Rift Sharks are the team you do not want to play against come playoff time. Their record does not reflect their record does not reflect how they play.
Oh, I think the record part is true, but what team do you want to play against come playoff time? Like, I feel like our favorites for making top four if Rift Sharks do make playoffs, you wouldn't want to play against any of them.
So maybe Rift Sharks are the team you don't want to play against playoff time. That one's Chemfog because it doesn't make any sense. And then,
Yes. And I think Rift Sharks' record doesn't reflect how good they are. I think is based.
yay! Okay, I'll take that. That's a win for me. I've been saying this for sure. Okay, we have time for one more take. Last take is New York Nutbusters are the most fraudulent frauds in the entire history of Scrim Zone. Some coincidence always happened during their games. This is fucking chemfogged.
That's
You're
Chemfog.
you're bozo. Goodbye.
Blake is saying Mike sent you a take in DMs.
Oh, okay. Well, too bad. Not enough time. Mike should have submitted
Yeah.
this on
Send
the
it on the official
Scrim
form.
Zone Big Based. We have like 8 left for next time, so we need more
I think
takes.
we have time for one more. We have 45 seconds. Let's make a quick one.
Okay. Support mains are feral.
That's Chemfog, I think.
I think so. Also, what the
I think
fuck?
jungle mains are feral. Is
What
a
the fuck
completely
is?
based take.
What the fuck are they
but
cooking? Bro is frequently wrong. Okay. Well, we're gonna end it in about 15 seconds. Sign-ups tomorrow potentially. Could be cool if you signed up. Whoever is listening. Also,
True.
we love you all. Thank you for listening. Hopefully, Mason back soon.
Thanks for tuning in, Mason. I hope you
Yes.
sleep more.
Thanks for filling in, Noam. Peace.
Yep.